Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about whether you should be able to choose the sex of your baby, if it's right or wrong. And no, I don't think you should be able to. Go ahead. You shouldn't be able to choose the sex of your baby just because, there's a lot of effects that it could have, say that you do choose it, and it's not the right one. So then, the parents and stuff like that is going to have different effects to it. And the effects that it could have, it could cause more abortions, like we said, the parent and mother could abort the child just because, it wasn't the female that they wanted or the male that they wanted. It turned out to be a different one. And also it could lead to different gender, like the gender, I'm going to talk more about that. A lot of the gender goes to more toward China and India just because they want boys. They don't want girls. Girls aren't as good. Boys work harder and they can sell boys easier than they do girls. Like you see a lot of people that adopt, and they're adopting girls just because they drop the girls off at the orphanages so they can keep them. And also the pain for mothers and fathers, the pain is, like I said before, you say you choose a boy and it turns out to be a girl, the mom could have more postpartum stress or depression and, not even want the kid and, maybe take it and have it, put it up for abortion and try for a new one or adoption. It could just lead to different things. And also the pain for the child, if, say that, my mom wanted a boy and she got a girl, when she went to get on to me and different stuff like that, I could just feel like that she didn't want me, so she's being harder on me, and it could lead to a lot of different things for the child. It would be harder for the child to know that, you're not what your parents chose. Also financial trouble. A lot of couples who suffer from gender disappointment, like the gender disappointment, say that a family has 5 boys and they wanted a girl, so they're going to go and try to get this done so they can have a girl. And that also could cause a lot of financial trouble. They'll even take out loans or even remortgage their house to use the in vitro fertilization to balance out their family. And also another bad thing for the in vitro fertilization is they put, I know if you're 40 and you do this, they'll at least put four different babies in you because, some of them die, so they'll put those in you so you can have more than one kid and, say that it's 2 boys and a girl, so then what do you do after that? Also, here's what I was talking about, the gender ratio in India and China. And a lot of the killing happens in India, in their little communities. Say that this guy married this woman, his wife, and she only gave girls. They more likely don't divorce there, so he's going to kill her off so he can marry somebody else because they're wanting a boy instead of a girl. And also, the Action Aid in Canada's in development research in 2008. So it's not, it's only 2 years old. That 4 out of 5 of the states had proportions of the girls to boys had fallen further. In some rates, the girls to boys was 300 girls to 1,000 boys. So you can see the ratio of why, why it shouldn't be that way and you shouldn't choose that. And Dr. Hughes is he's one of the top scientists, medical guys there is. And he said he went into medicine to treat, scientists, and diagnose and hopefully cure disease. This is the main quote that everybody uses when they search this. You'll find this on pretty much every site is, your gender is not a disease. Last time I checked, there is no pathology, there is no suffering, there is no illness, and I do not think that doctors have any business being there. Which, he's right because doctors don't need to do that, and, medicine, the medical is getting way out of hand. People's trying to do other things instead of actually doing what it was supposed to, like help cure and make people better. Now they're just trying to experiment and do other things. And Dr. Hughes is only a handful of the doctors in the world that's capable of taking the woman's embryo and separating it and figuring out which one has the diagnosis of a different chromosome that'll give your kid disorders or anything like that. He'll separate those and then send those back to where it came from, and then they'll implant that back into the woman, so they'll have less chances of getting a disease for their child. And the countries have banned this is Scotland, and the UK and Australia and Canada only allow it, like I was talking about, they only allow it for, the sex-linked gender disorder. Say that, this family has a bad disorder with females, getting like different kinds of diseases. Then they'll take away the females and just have the male. Australia right now has banned it, but they're thinking about taking the ban. Most countries in Europe and also Asia. Here are reasons why you should not allow it to happen is, first of all, it's playing with God. God will give you the child that you want, either a female or a male. And I don't think you should be able to choose and just be happy with what you got. The other reason is playing with Mother Earth. Therefore, it is unnatural, and however, the basis on that, something is natural or unnatural does not make it moral or immoral. And like I said before, the selection of the medical procedures is pretty much taking it out of medical proportion. They've gone way too far for it. And like I was talking about earlier in the slide, that the imbalances of seen in India and in China, they're going to pretty much run out of women to marry unmarried because they've got so many men out there. They're not, the women aren't going to be able to have enough kids to keep up with that because they're getting rid of all the women. The disorder of natural birth and leading to the society of firstborn, your firstborn is always a son. Then it goes down to the society of little sisters, since the girls will be desired after the first son. The sex selection technology for the first child will be the boy, and then the second will be the girl. So then they're going to pay for two different ones because most family wants a boy and a girl, and then they're done. So they're going to just pay for one, and then they're going to turn around and pay for another, which goes into another financial problem for people. And it's also sexist, and it could lead down for slippery slopes of designer babies. And designer babies I'll talk about on my next slide. Is that humans are never satisfied. We always want more and want better. We're never satisfied with what we got. So if we be able to choose, if we want a boy or a girl, then we're going to want a scientist to somehow figure out if we can have what color hair, eyes, skin type, or how tall they'll be. So it's going to never be an ending cycle. We're going to keep on until we finally get what we want. Okay, and these are pretty much healthy babies. Everybody can tell that they're healthy and there's nothing wrong with them. And this one is, they're sick. So on the end, I think that I hope I persuade you guys to not be able to choose your sex baby. I think that we should more, persuade on being healthy, have a healthy kid instead of, a female or a male. And I think we should do more research on figuring out why some babies are coming out, they're half attached, and see what's going on, instead of trying to figure out why we want a female or a male.